now. All right, so I'm playing a second table tonight because I just really want to play a second table, and I'm choosing the table because I didn't roll it ahead of time, and so I'm going to be playing Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which I've played before, so the information blob isn't popping up. However, I have it over here on my computer, and I'm going to read it from there. Terminator 2 Judgment Day 1991 is unquestionably one of the greatest pinball tables of all time. Designed by the legendary Steve Ritchie and based off the hit movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, it includes several features that have become pinball standards. It was the first Williams table to use a dot matrix display and the first to have a video mode feature. It was also the first to feature a swing-out cannon that can be fired by the player using a specifically designed gun grip ball launcher. With its dramatic music score, staggering light and sound effects, breathtaking graphics, and speech from the one and only Arnold, this table brings the thrills and suspense of T2 to life, and then some. 15,202 units of this table were produced. I fucking love this table. It's really good.
Yeah. I thought you were saying it's like $15,000 to get one on the market.
Well,
So,
probably.
thank goodness you're playing with this on the computer instead, or the PS4.
I mean, no lie, for a little bit, I was actually interested in buying a pinball table, but we do not have the space in my house to provide it. And man, and pinball tables are really expensive.
Yeah. And really big.
Really big, really expensive.
Hard to maintain.
Hard to maintain. Probably use a lot of electricity, so that would run the bills up.
Yeah, unless you're playing one of the original fully mechanical pinball tables.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
No flashing lights. No display. Just like a bell that rings when you hit the little bumper things.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, it's the third one. Okay. All right. But yeah, this table's awesome. I've played it a lot before, because like I originally started playing it only because I saw it was Terminator 2, and then it turns out this is just a really fucking good table. Oh, also, Let me turn the lights down, the brightness, room brightness. Let's bring it down to 15% for this one.
So that we can see the lights better.
Yeah.
Fire at will. You miss.
Although this might be too dark, I can barely see the ball. Yep. Let me just
Put it back up to 30.
25.
It was at like 60 before.
25's good. 25's good.
Okay. Did Williams make the Doctor Who pinball machine?
I have two Doctor Who pinball tables on this game. So one of the companies they have a contract with made it.
The one that I'm thinking of was based on the one where like 7 Doctor Who's were met up.
Yes, I have that one.
That's like one of the few times I actually played a pinball game in real life. I played that Doctor Who.
Umbria Messiah, I also have played this table in real life. Ocean City. I live near a place called Ocean City, which is basically Maryland's beach city, and they had. I'm not sure if they still have 2, but they used to have 2 arcades on their boardwalk, and this was in one of them.
So a place of relaxation and amusements.
Yes. I like Ocean City. We don't get to go there too often anymore, though. Also, I don't like Ocean City traffic because I live right next to a major highway on the way to Ocean City. So, it kind of sucks. But, at the same time, I really do like Ocean City a lot, and I wish I could go there more.
Tiny Callan.
Yep.
Kalon. I always mess that up.
Well,
Like, I see
You say-
Kalon.
well, you say I think Julia says Callan, but she also does that on purpose. I think she tries to do it to annoy me, but the thing is, I have no idea how to actually pronounce Kalon myself, so I've always said Kalon, but who knows? Callan might actually be the correct pronunciation.
I mean, it's a name, so
Yeah.
whatever you say it is. It's just that I see those letters and I think of like talon. You know, like the claw of a bird.
Yeah.
So I just always.
No,
bumps
she
into
says
my head.
Kalin. She says Kalin in an attempt to annoy me. I'm like,
Okay, that's definitely wrong.
Activated. Destroy everything.
That's combining the like the different pronunciations that we're doing in a way to take the worst parts or something of both.
I got multi-ball. I got multi-ball going on. Yes.
Ah, this must be before you swore not to kill.
No.
Oh, wait,
no,
that's the
those
beginning
are
of-
those are Terminators. I was killing other Terminators.
That's the beginning of the movie
Yep.
with adult John Connor and the other guy.
Yep.
Run.
Or
Go.
trying to capture a Terminator.
Yep.
It's really funny. There's like this one game on the Genesis that is entirely that part of the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've played that game on Genesis before. It's really fucking good. It's also really fucking hard.
Yeah, it's really good, except that it's really hard. So that makes it kind of bad. But it's also just one of those, I don't know what you call them, like a gallery shooter or something.
Yeah.
Where you're just,
Yeah.
there are enemies standing in front of you, like fucking Operation Wolf, and there's this game on the NES called Freedom Force, and they're just guys, and while they're on screen, they start shooting, and you're just constantly taking damage. Like, there's no bullet that comes out of them. It's just a hit scan.
Yeah.
I'm attacking, and now you're dead.
Yep.
Get out.
Like those arcade game shooters that have like a gun that is a machine gun attached to something, and you just pivot it around. You know,
Yeah.
you don't have an actual like gun attached by just a cord.
But yeah, you can tell I've played this table before because look how good my score is. I'm still on my first attempt at this table, and I've got 55 million points.
Why is your best score still 81 million?
Oh, because I never changed. I never changed it from the previous table. Spoilers for
that's-
anybody who's watching this on YouTube after the fact. I did 2 tables in one night, so
They might have watched the previous video.
they might have.
But yeah, it's good to let them know. Good to let people know.
I'm not sure how many people actually watch every pinball night. They might just look at look at
At will.
The good tables.
the good tables, yeah, or or tables that I go insane over. Everybody, go watch Roadshow. If you want to see me break, go watch Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow? The pinball table?
No, it's Bill and Ted's Roadshow, and it's one of the most terrifying tables I've ever had the misfortune of playing.
Like, after they had their excellent adventure in Bogus Journey, they just... Here's where they actually start learning how to play their instruments.
Direct hit.
Or is it not related to that Bill and Ted?
No, it's Red and Ted.
Oh, Red and Ted.
Did I say Bill and Ted?
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry.
Loop the game.
It
You
is.
see why I was confused.
Yes, it is. It is Red and Ted's Road Show, and
Point.
or Road Trip or something, and it is the most terrifying fucking table I've ever played. There's 2 Uncanny Valley animatronic talking heads that never shut up.
Is that the game where like the story is that there are these two construction workers driving
Yes!
their vehicle across
Yes!
the country?
Yes.
Oh man, I gotta watch that video because I saw that table in real life once.
It's awful. I hate it so much. Why? Why do they keep talking?
Because it's funny.
No, it's not. It's terrifying and awful.
In real life, you don't really have to look at the animatronics.
Yes, you do. Look at that. I still beat the best score from the last table, and this is my first attempt.
Judgment Day.
Of the night, I guess.
Yeah, of the night.
But not your first time playing this table.
No, not my first time playing this table. Got that, but this table is really good and really fun. I like it a lot. This is one of the tables that I was talking about when I first started doing these. Was like I only played like 4 tables out of all of the tables that I own. I own like 80 something tables, and I only ever really played 4. So
Well, I mean, that's how they get you with these season packs, is that, like, you know, there's maybe 1 or 2 tables you want, but you gotta get the whole thing.
yeah. So
All 20 million.
well, you can buy them individually, but they're a lot more
But
expensive.
you're ripping yourself.
Yeah.
You're ripping yourself off if
Yeah.
you do that. So you might
So-
as well just.
So that's why I started doing, well, I'll roll on a table randomly and play whatever one I roll up for an hour and see if there's any more that I end up liking. And there have been a couple of like ones that I end up really do like, and I was like, oh wow, I should have been playing this earlier. I'm glad people are agreeing with me about Red and Ted's Roadshow, about how it was awful and terrifying and bad. Like, I still have not formed an opinion about the actual table itself because I'm still just reeling over the animatronic heads.
I just remember that it was like. They're driving across the country doing, like, construction work. And, like, smashing up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, like,
And
you go
making
to
sarcastic comments about all the places they visit.
like, you go to fucking Seattle and it's like, no, you go to fucking Chicago and it's like, destroy the toll booths. And like, is Chicago known for its toll booths? Tales of the
I don't
Arabian
know.
Nights was also really good and also wanted to not play that much.
Until after you rolled it.
Yes. I had played it a couple of times before, but never to that extent, and it is a really good table. Let's see. What tables did I play a lot? I played this one. I played Star Trek a lot. I played Medieval
feel like
Madness.
Star Trek
Medieval
is-
Madness was one that I played a lot too.
Yeah. I saw, like, Smite.
Oh,
video
Smite
of
got
Smite
really
playing.
good at fucking Medieval Madness. It's insane how good he ended up getting at Medieval Madness.
Yeah. He really liked that one and Black Knight.
Yeah, Black Knight 2000 seems really good. I just haven't ended up rolling it yet, and it's got that awesome song that I want to try. I played the original Black Knight, and that was a good table, especially since it's pre-dot light matrix thing. And I usually don't like pre-dot light matrix tables because I don't think they're interesting enough. But Black Knight was actually pretty good for pre-dot light matrix tables.
And in I think it's in Black Knight. It could be in Medieval Madness, but I think it's in Black Knight. There's like, whoever did the music in that game is incredible. I mean, I could take or leave the singing, but I mean the guitar.
Oh, that's Black Knight 2000. Yes, that's a really good fucking song. I love it.
And like,
that's on Arcade Pit now. They've included that in the Arcade Pit.
I don't just mean the song, but there's also like a musical sting that happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Where there's like this.
Yeah, I know what you're
There's
talking
like
about.
this like kind of
Get out.
crazy wobbly sound.
Yes! That crazy wobbly
And,
sounds
like-
really good.
Secured.
That is in my favorite pinball game, but it's a pinball video game. Like it was never a physical table.
Oh,
But
okay.
it was made to be as close to a physical table as they could get on the Genesis.
Apparently
Like it had a
there's-
button to do the shake thing.
Apparently there's a
Where
physical
you-
copy of Black Knight 2000 in Vancouver. Sadly, I live on Vancouver Island. Oh no. I'm sorry.
Judgment Day.
Does that mean there's no way you can get to regular Vancouver?
I think it just might be a really far away. I don't know. I've never been to
I mean,
Vancouver.
aren't the 4 provinces really big?
Yeah, they're
Like
each
really
like
wide?
they're like each a quarter of the size of Canada, but that's because like 90% of Canada's population lives in like the southern fourth of it because the rest of it's a frozen hellhole.
Yeah, they don't even. They just make these big vertical strips
Yep.
and don't even bother. Like it would be ridiculous if Canada had like divided those even again just north and south, like right in the middle or something.
Oh,
so
that's
that
because like nobody would live in
the
the north.
popu-
Nobody would live in the
Yeah,
north
that's-
half of it.
I know, but there are a few people that might in some of it, but they
Oh.
would be completely ruined.
Okay, it's expensive to go over apparently.
Oh, to go over like a bridge or
Yeah.
a ferry or whatever
Yeah.
you have to do.
Yeah.
Checkpoint 1 secured.
Man, it should be like what we have here in the Rockaways, Far Rockaway and Rockaway Park. It's like this little sandbar basically that is like not that like you have to take a bridge to get to from Queens,
Oh, okay.
and
Get that back hot.
like
Fire at will.
New York is a bunch of islands. We're an architect.
Oh yeah.
Hell ago.
That's
Basically,
that is 100%
And-
true. I've been to New York a couple of times.
we have one part that's actually connected to mainland New
Yeah,
York. And that's the Bronx.
Okay, I was like I forgot if that was the Bronx or Queens.
No, Queens and Brooklyn are 2 boroughs, and they are both on Long Island.
Okay.
But like, we don't call them part of Long Island because they're part of the city.
Direct hit.
And there's all those like fancy places where rich people live that are the real Long Island, like the Hamptons and whatever.
Oh, okay. See,
You know?
I've been in the city a couple of times, but mostly Manhattan. I did take a pizza tour of Brooklyn though.
Yeah, I mean, Manhattan is where most people will go.
Yeah.
If they're just like, hey, I want to go to New York and I want to see the sights.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things to see just in New York,
You mean
Like,
just in Manhattan?
so-
Yeah.
just in Manhattan, just in. Just in specifically the city, as we call it.
Yeah.
Like New York City is all 5 boroughs, but
Yeah.
the city,
But the city
It's
is
Man-
Manhattan, basically.
yeah. And
Judgment Day.
you know, there's all the stuff in Times Square, super
Yeah.
touristy, expensive restaurants
Yep.
and things there.
Oh yeah.
And
you,
then
if you can go to Applebee's there, and it costs like 5 times as much as a normal Applebee's.
yep, it's ridiculous. You can go to a TGI Fridays and it's like
5 times more
times
more
as-
expensive than a normal TGI Fridays.
But in that neighborhood, there used to be some cool stuff. There used to be this place called Broadway City that was a huge arcade that was like 3 floors.
Oh, cool.
But it had to close down after some weird gang violence thing happened there.
Oh,
This was a long time ago, though. It's
Yeah.
been like 10 years
yeah.
at least since that happened.
I
Now
know.
all we have for arcades is Dave and Buster's.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we used to have actual, like, real arcades that weren't part of some ridiculous chain. Like the food was the secondary thing and the arcade was the first thing. Now it's like some bar.
So like, so since you live in New York City, do people in New York City say when they want to go out somewhere, do they basically just go to Manhattan and do stuff, or do you try to find stuff that's in your own borough?
I mean, it depends.
Okay.
There's all sorts of places to go. Also, I've lived here all my life, but I still don't know where everything is, how to get around. It's like a big place.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are all kinds of places in New York City that are just like no man's land. If you don't live there or work there, you have no reason to go there. Just like a bunch of really boring residential places with nothing. And like a bunch of like warehouses and factories, or not really factories, but just like warehouses and like auto shops or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like a weird industrial park or something.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of those.
Just in like there are a couple of cities that I'm super interested in visiting. Like Seattle, I definitely want to visit. I want to visit the nicer parts of San Fran, because I know unless you're going to a super touristy place or one of the richer areas in San Francisco is actually a giant shithole.
Yeah.
So I would like to go to the
also,
nicer places in San Fran.
beware, apparently San Francisco is very diagonal.
Yeah. Well, so is Seattle, but I also want to go to Portland. I want to visit Portland. However, cities I don't want to visit, obviously Detroit. Nobody wants to go to Detroit.
There's nothing in Detroit. If you don't live there, then you don't want to go there.
I don't want.
RoboCop isn't real yet, but one day he will be, and he will be in Detroit as they predicted.
Yes. Another city I actually have no interest in visiting is Chicago. Like, I don't know why I have no interest in visiting Chicago, but I mean, I just don't.
Some of my friends that I grew up with moved to Chicago. It's apparently a pretty nice place, but I can't imagine living anywhere besides New York because I don't know how to drive.
I hear a lot of people who live in New York all their lives can't imagine living anywhere else. And yeah, not knowing how to drive, pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal in any city that basically isn't New York, because in New York, you don't drive. There's too much traffic.
Yeah, which might seem like a silly thing to say. Like, if nobody drives, how is there so much traffic?
But like,
it's because a bunch of people still do.
Yeah.
And there are things like delivery trucks and stuff. You can't take that on the subway.
Yeah.
Or a bus.
Yeah.
You gotta drive.
But yeah, like New York has the subway. It has tons of taxis. It has tons of buses. It has Uber. Don't use Uber.
But I don't. We have the subway. We have the buses.
Yeah, you have the subway. And you know what? Usually in New York, if you can't get if you can't get right to where you want to go with the subway, it's usually within walking distance of a stop.
Yeah. There are a few places that are kind of isolated, that are outside of the range, but not too much.
Vancouver is pretty cool, especially with the exchange rate. Oh yeah, there's a couple of cities in Canada that I want to go to. Toronto. Toronto seems like a cool place. Vancouver seems like a cool place. I want to go to London, but not. I used to want to go to London, but not anymore, with Brexit happening. Although maybe Labour might fix that. If Labour wins, I hope they try and pull out. They try to cancel Brexit.
I hope there's a Brienter. You know,
Brenter.
No, Brienter.
Oh, Brienter. Yes.
It's their re-entry.
Yes.
Britain's re-entry into the European Union.
Yes.
You know,
I
and
wanna-
we need something similar. We need something similar for the United States. Some sort of return to sanity.
You know what city would actually be very accessible to visit for an English speaker? Hong Kong.
They still have a significant English-speaking population.
Oh
there?
God, yes. It was owned by Britain for 100 years. English is their second national language. Nearly everybody in Hong Kong speaks English.
But I mean, I'm surprised that after. I mean, it's been almost 20 years since they've had to give it back.
Yeah, but I'm
surprised the English is still taught.
Oh God, yes.
As much as it is.
Have you never played whatchamacallit? Sleeping Dogs?
I have. I thought that was just a concession for
Nope.
gameplay.
Nope. When they speak English in that game, they are actually speaking English. Because there's one character, I forget her name. It's the chef lady who's Winston's mom.
Yeah.
She speaks pretty much exclusively in Mandarin because, according to Cecil, English is like the language you use. It's like the younger people use, and the older you get, the more you start speaking in Mandarin. And you also don't really, and even though the older people understand English and can speak English, if you speak Mandarin as well as English, you usually don't speak English to your elders because I meant if you understand and speak Mandarin, you usually don't speak English to your elders because it's a sign of respect to speak Mandarin to them. I mean, I'm pretty sure they understand if like a dumb American comes over and is being a tourist and like doesn't speak Mandarin. I'm pretty sure they will 100% understand that you don't speak a language you cannot speak to them.
Yeah.
But if you grew up in Hong Kong, you pretty much are guaranteed. Oh, hey, Cecil's here.
Pinball is a sport.
We were just talking about Hong Kong.
Hong Kong's fun. I'm going in a few weeks.
Yeah, you're gonna go see your fiance.
Well, actually, we're kind of doing like a mini honeymoon there.
Oh,
Did
so
you already
you're-
get married?
No, we're getting married on the 9th of July. Then the 10th, we get on a plane to go to Hong Kong for
Oh,
5
okay.
days. And then
Because I was going to say, you can't have the honeymoon before the wedding.
no, you can't. No, before the wedding is all the painful, boring stuff like the wedding photos and the paperwork and the applications and the documents and the things, the translations and the.
So,
But yeah, we were just talking about
is she
how
finally going to be able to move to Canada?
Not yet. I still made the application. It'll still be like a year.
So we were just talking about how Hong Kong still has a very large English speaking population, and about the respect that you put if you speak Mandarin, how you don't really speak English to your elders because it's. I think you said it's like a sign of respect.
I think you mean Cantonese.
That's what I meant.
Judgment Day.
I wouldn't know, dude. As far as I'm concerned, Hong Kong is changing rapidly into a mainland-style city, so all these things are out the window in a few years.
Oh,
That's too bad.
It is too bad. But it's the direction of the way that
Yep.
things are over there. Fuck the government of the PRC. Oh well, so. Pinball. Show me the pinball money.
pinball. It's pinball.
See that
It's good
Show me
pinball.
that supersonic spinball.
No,
Take your best shot.
Sonic spinball.
no,
Dr. Robotnik's mean green queen machine.
no. It's Mean Bean Machine.
Dr. Robotnik's
This is Poyo Pop.
Mean queef machine.
Oh God, no! Especially no.
God.
Banned. Just forever banned. Shadow banned to the Shadow Realm.
Great. because if I'm in the Shadow Realm, I can read all my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh fan fictions.
How? The Shadow Realm doesn't
Yu-Gi-Oh
have any
fanfiction.
internet.
But it has all the people Yugi sent to the Shadow Realm.
I don't think Yugi sent anybody to the Shadow Realm.
I think he did, and you're just lying to yourself.
I seem to remember everybody who was threatened to being sent to the Shadow Realm ended up being saved.
I'm
some
sent to the
point.
Shadow Realm.
Also,
No, I'm
the
pretty
Shadow
sure.
Realm technically doesn't exist because it's just a censoring of the Japanese version because the
Is it hell?
No, there's just
kill-
there's just no analog. It's just that people just straight up die. You know that episode where Yugi and that one jester guy have like their legs cuffed to the
Yeah,
thing?
that's
And
the one I'm thinking of.
And there's a disc that slowly goes
Yeah,
towards
that's,
them.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm thinking of.
yeah. Those aren't like Shadow Realm discs. Those are just straight up buzzsaws. And the threat was that they're just gonna have their legs sawed off and they would bleed out to
But
death.
wasn't his grandpa sent to the Shadow Realm?
No, his grandpa was trapped in a card.
Oh. How does that work?
I don't know.
It
Fucking
seems
Pegasus.
like that's the same thing.
No, because only Pegasus
I know Clark.
had the power to draw people into cards, but
Did
everybody had the
did they
fucking
at least
power.
become good cards?
No, they were just blank cards. They had no attack, no defense, no abilities, no nothing.
That's garbage.
They were even worse than Karibo.
Goomba?
Checkpoint 1 secured.
I mean that's the
Bogerbo?
that's the name of the weakest card in the game is Karibo.
Yeah, but that's also the Japanese name of a Goomba,
Yeah.
apparently.
Take your best shot.
I don't know what a Karibo is supposed to be. I guess it's some
It's just a
sort
little
of...
fur ball with eyes and feet. It's basically the most useless card in the entire actual game, but in the terms of the show, it is an unbeatable, infinitely breeding, like force of pure blockage.
It's a triple.
Yeah.
Behold my
It's 100
I mean-
triples.
Basically, that is 100% correct. Yes, it is essentially a tribble.
Yeah.
Kalon, tell me about your Magnifique.
My what?
Your Magnifique.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I have
Do you not follow Cool Games Inc?
no,
No.
probably
So
not.
bad. So bad.
I am
Kalon,
pretty
you're
bad.
so
Hey,
bad.
let me reference this thing that happened recently on the internet. You must know about it because the internet is all the same place,
No,
and everybody
because-
follows everything.
Because Kalon is like the consumer of internet culture.
I really
There's
am not.
A lot of internet to go
Alright.
around.
I'm gonna catch you guys later. My girlfriend's calling.
Oh,
All right.
cool.
Direct hit.
What a shitty ringtone.
It sounds like Skype. Oh my god, he's just using Skype. Why is he still using Skype? Cecil, I'm yelling at you on stream. Why the fuck are you still using Skype, you weirdo?
He left.
I know!
I can't use Skype anymore. Skype said, your version's too old, so fuck you, and it signed me out, and I can't sign back in.
Skype!
And
My Skype, here's what Skype did to me. What Skype did to me was, it was like, hey buddy, you don't have the right password plugged into here. And I was like, what the fuck you talking about? Yes I do. And fucking Skype ended up, was like, no you don't, enter in your correct password. And I was like, I don't remember my password, and I couldn't change my password because I couldn't remember my old password, so I essentially could not log into Skype. So that's when I deleted Skype off of my computer forever and just decided to end up using Discord for forever.
Yep. I sure hope Discord sticks around and gets better and not worse.
Yep. I hope Discord ends up having screen sharing, so that way I can actually do so that way I can actually screen share my my streams, and so people aren't like 30 seconds behind, and they can react to things as they happen. Kind of, it'll have like a second or two delay. There's always going to be like a second or two delay because internet, but it won't be like, oh man, I died to this thing in Dark Souls. Cool, can't wait to see how you stupidly died in Dark Souls in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Even though the lag, the delay thing is supposed to be better than it was.
Oh, it definitely is.
It's still pretty bad.
I originally got off of Twitch because I've had a Twitch account for a while, and I used to, when I started streaming, I was streaming on Twitch. I stopped because they eventually were like, well, we have a minute-long delay, hard programmed in, because League of Legends players, or some shit.
Because
I don't know.
People were being assholes and watching a stream of the game that they were playing.
Yeah. And trying
to get a leg up on their opponent.
Yeah, so they intentionally built in a minute-long delay in it, and I'm like, well, okay, time to start looking for alternatives. And then Hitbox came along, and
this story is the exact same as mine.
Yeah, and then Hitbox came along, and I was like, cool, Hitbox seems like a cool place, and they only have like a 15-second delay. That's great. And so I went there, and then after a while, Hitbox's delay was fucking garbage.
Yep.
And I was like, why?
And also, I had trouble ever getting VODs to work.
I didn't have trouble getting VODs to work, but that was because I didn't really mess with VODs.
Yeah.
But because I just record separately onto my computer. But it's like, why am I using Hitbox, which has a minute delay, when Twitch now has a little thing I can check right in Twitch that says make the delay only 10 seconds. Which, I mean, it still doesn't work. But I blame more my shitty internet than I blame Twitch itself.
Yeah. Like, what they should have done from the beginning is have a delay that you can set, which I think they already did.
Yeah.
Like, you could say,
but I think it was really hidden, and a lot of people couldn't find it, so they just built in a minute-long delay.
I mean, they shouldn't have done it that way, because, like, if you're supposed to be some pro gamer, blah, 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 you should be able to know about that stuff. Find out about it.
Oh my god, apparently...
it's all the idiots who don't know about it, who aren't pros,
apparently,
like me.
Apparently Skype for Windows 10 has removed the push-to-talk hotkey. What the fuck?
Wait, Skype ever had a push-to-talk?
Yeah, Skype had a push-to-talk.
Took it out?
Yeah. What the fuck?
I never updated to a new enough Skype to have push-to-talk. Because I just didn't want all those bad ads and shit.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I had an old version of Skype for forever because I didn't want ads, and then they were like, well, too fucking bad, we're just going to force you to update it. Even though I turned off the option to automatically update, it still automatically updated all the fucking time.
There were constantly times where Skype would throw up a window that was like, hey, how about that upgrade, buddy? And I'd have to say not now. And sometimes it seemed like Skype was trying to make that window show up so that while I'm doing something else, so I'd accidentally click, okay, yeah, do the upgrade. And I'm like, no, come on, stop trying to fuck.
The point is,
Skype.
Skype is hot fucking garbage. Skype is garbage trash, and I'm glad Discord has come along to show us how stupid we were for ever liking Skype.
The only thing I don't like about Discord...
You fuckers!
The only thing I don't like about Discord is that you can't really have just, like... It's not easy to just, like, build up a general friends list. Like, you have to already be in a server with someone to, like,
yeah, that sort of sucks.
So I have all these people that I used to talk to on Skype, and I don't know where they are or who they are on Discord.
To be fair, all the people that I used to know on Skype were already in LP Supergroup Hank. So when I migrated over to Discord, the first server I joined was LP Supergroup Hank. And guess who was there? Fucking everybody.
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 Yeah.
Everybody who had Discord already was on there.
The problem for me is I mean, I guess it could be a problem. It could be considered a thing, but I try to get along with a lot of people, and unless somebody is a super asshole, then, and I mean like really bad,
Yeah.
then I'll be okay with them and I'll hang out.
Oh, that's cool. When you fall down the sides like that, the machine says "Hasta la vista, baby." I wonder how much money it cost them to get Arnold Schwarzenegger to do all the voices for this.
I mean, are you sure they didn't just take sample clips from the movie?
No, because
Does he have new dialogue?
Yeah, he says stuff like "launch the ball" and multi-ball and stuff that would definitely not make sense in any context other than pinball.
Yep.
Big points.
Yeah, he just said big points.
I mean, like,
he just said big points. I just heard Arnold Schwarzenegger say big points.
Fire at will. Great shot.
there's the pinball game based on Arnold's Pizza Shop.
What? Oh, what? What?
It was some dumb old internet thing.
Oh, okay.
I think somebody was doing an impression of Arnold, but like, he would make pizza with bullets on it or some stupid shit. I don't know if anybody here remembers that stuff. Old memes from before they were called such.
Yeah, before they were just like viral videos or
Fire at will.
or
No, even before that.
fucking hamster
Before
dance.
Point one.
Before viral videos.
Oh, that's right.
Back in the age where there was just, hey, this stupid shit on the internet is pretty funny.
Passcode.
Ha! What a funny thing. And that's it. And there was, you know, peanut butter jelly time and fucking...
Oh yeah, peanut butter jelly
Oreo
time.
bake.
Fucking peanut butter jelly time.
I hate that. I hate peanut butter jelly time.
jelly. Remember the dancing baby?
But I remember it was on an episode of Ally McBeal, apparently,
Yeah,
which I didn't actually watch.
I never watched
But
that.
yeah, like All Your Bass.
All Your Bass.
I still like the All Your Bass song.
Yeah. Do you remember? This isn't quite super old internet. This is starting to become classic, but not quite classic yet. Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Charlie the Unicorn.
Charlie.
It's magical, Charlie.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Like,
Is the forest on fire or something? Yeah. Fucking Charlie the Unicorn.
he wakes up and they stole his.
They stole his
fucking
liver.
kidney.
Oh yeah, that's right, kidney.
You can't steal a liver. You only have one.
Yeah, but you have
Like
three.
the whole point of
You have
the whole
three
point
segments.
of stealing. The
that you
whole
can
point of stealing the kidney is that you have two of them, so they take one, and you can still live. So they technically haven't killed you.
Well, I
so
mean, you
they're
can
not
also take part.
murderers.
You can take part of the liver and still live.
Yeah.
Judgment Day.
hmm It grows back.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're gonna steal anything from somebody, you should steal their liver because it grows back, and then you can steal it again.
Just like clone organs outside of humans. Just body parts. You just
Listen,
grow it
because
in a-
you're getting
you just grow
gills,
it-
because you're getting gills, that means you don't really need your lungs, right? So let me just take these lungs out for you. You'll get your gills in 6 to 8 weeks.
Nah. I need both. Be amphibious.
I was referencing
Air-
I was referencing Futurama. There's a really early episode of Futurama where Fry goes to like a black market like organ dealer who convinces him that he
Yeah.
needs gills. And then so like as he's on the operating table, the guy's like, "Listen, since you're getting gills, you don't really need lungs, right?" "Oh, I guess not. I'll just take those lungs off of you. Unfortunately, I don't have the gills in stock, so it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks." And then he just starts trying to cut into him, and then Leela intervenes. Because Fry's an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, Futurama was really good until they rebooted it, and then it got bad, and then the final episode was really good. I like that final episode a lot. It was really touching and nice. Although, I will say this. If they had just fucking ended it the first time in Season 5, like it originally did, nothing of value would have been lost from not getting the reboot.
I mean, wasn't the problem just that it was like suddenly canceled and people were like,
Yeah, Fox was like,
why'd
it
you
doesn't
cancel?
Well, okay. Well, I think the actual problem was it was run by Fox. And Fox has a terrible habit of taking shows that people really like and just constantly moving its time slot so that you never know when it will be on until like 2 days in advance. This has been true since the dawn of time. I am honestly surprised that Simpsons has lasted as long as it has and has a consistent time slot. Anyway, so
It's got tenure.
yeah.
That's why.
So what happened was sometime around season 4 or 5 of Futurama, or maybe it was even earlier than that, they started moving his time slot around a lot. And as a result, people didn't know when the fuck it was on, and as a result, people didn't fucking watch
Nobody
it.
watch it.
So
And they were like,
well, nobody watches
"Oh, gee."
Futurama, so no, obviously people don't like Futurama, so let's cancel Futurama. What the fuck?
They just did they do that all the time because they
That's
think,
what happened
all
with
right,
Firefly.
if people like this show, then we can move its time slot to one of the less popular times, and then put something new in the time slot that people usually watch.
Yeah.
So we'll move this thing that people like to 2 in the fucking morning, where only people like us will watch it. You
And
know,
like, here's the thing.
if they're even.
And here's the thing. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened with Firefly. Firefly every week aired on at a different time. Also, the episodes were aired out of order. Also, they did not air the pilot episode because it was shot because Joss Whedon refused to shoot in anything but widescreen, and Fox didn't want to show a widescreen show because not everybody had at the time had widescreen TVs. So the first episode they made, the first one you're supposed to watch, was the last one they aired because they had run out of episodes to air, and they canceled it because nobody watched the show because they kept fucking changing the time slot.
Yep. So when's the Kickstarter to have the direct-to-DVD continuation?
Oh, God. I hope not. They had the movie, and the movie was a good enough ending.
Mm.
The movie
Here's
was...
the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about Firefly. I never saw a single episode of Firefly.
It's a good show.
That's my story. That's my Firefly story.
I highly
I had
suggest.
a friend who was
I
I have
highly,
a friend who was obsessed with Firefly, and he was so obsessed that he got the stupid orange hat that the fucking
oh yeah,
big buff guy wears.
Yeah.
21 secured.
And he's like, and I wanted to say to him, you know, he's a big buff guy, and nobody tells him that his hat's not cool.
Actually,
because
no.
he's a
Everybody
big
tells
buff
him that.
guy.
Everybody in that ship makes fun of him for his stupid hat.
But then, like, if it's somebody not from the ship, he'll beat the shit out of them.
But
Because he's the big buff guy. He's the muscle man.
I would highly suggest watching it. Just remember, it's a good show,
Initiated.
and on the one hand, I'm kind of sad that we didn't get more episodes, but on the other hand, I'm glad it was canceled before it turned bad. Because it would have turned, because like any Joss Whedon thing, it would have turned bad eventually. And the best part is, the only episodes you really need to watch in any sort of order is the first one. And then after that, it's all pretty much just like a per episode show. And it's good.
You missed.
The anomaly of the week.
Yeah.
Like Star Trek.
Yeah.
Block secured.
What's
I will
going on in the...
I will say this, when Star Trek got away from the anomaly of the week in Deep Space Nine, it got a lot better for it.
Yeah.
Let me fucking tell
But then
you.
it went right back with fucking Voyager.
Well, that was the whole point of Voyager was to be
Yeah.
the episode of the week thing, because Star Trek Next Generation had ended, and that was the mystery of the week thing before Voyager. And Deep Space Nine had a long ongoing continuous story, so they wanted to have a show that was still Mystery of the Week, so they were like, let's make a new show where it's just Mystery of the Week, and it's set in a whole new quadrant where a bunch of new cool weird things can happen, and it turns out it was really bad, and nobody liked it.
Block secured.
Yeah.
Initiated.
My mom liked it.
Best shot.
I think she started liking it when they got that Borg lady.
Yeah, that was a point when a lot of people started quote unquote liking it. That's when it gets interesting. But the thing is, Jane, like, oh my god, that show is so fucking boring. Like, my god. I started watching it. I got like halfway through season. I got like not even halfway. Like, I got a quarter of the way through season 2, and I was like, why am I still watching this garbage? It's boring as shit.
Yeah. I don't know. There were a bunch of shows that like my mom would eat up, and that was one of them.
Well,
She liked
to be fair,
Hercules and Xena as well.
Fire
mm,
at will.
the only thing I know about fucking Hercules is that scene where he takes a skeleton and he beats up a bunch of guys with it, and it's the cheapest, most like Halloween store skeleton you can imagine, and it was great, and I love that scene. And unfortunately, it's been taken off of YouTube because of copyright.
Ah,
It's,
that's too bad.
It's the literal only thing I've ever seen of Hercules, and it's the only thing I
was a
ever
pretty
want
good
to see.
show. It
It's
was a pretty good show. It was the role Kevin Sorbo was born to play, basically.
And the best part is, I always make a big deal when I see, oh man, Kevin Sorbo's playing fucking Hercules. Like, I know, like I've watched the show or something, but I've never watched the fucking show. I've never seen I have not seen an entire episode of that show. I just know that Kevin Sorbo is Hercules, and when he pops up as Hercules and other things, I take notice. God of War 3.
Wait, he pops up as Hercules and other things?
He pops up as Hercules in God of War 3.
Destroy everything.
That's pretty weird, because the Kevin Sorbo Hercules, the TV show, like Hercules, the Adventures or whatever, it was a pretty optimistic take on the myths and everything.
The best part that like
Hercules was not a drunken asshole who killed his own family in a rage. Like,
in a rage induced by Hera in order to trick him into killing himself.
yeah, there was a part where his wife got jealous and put the poison on the Nemean lion skin, and he just went crazy and jumped into the netherworld. Like, he didn't kill his whole family.
Oh.
Instead, that happened some other time. Like, there was a while before that his family gets killed that he was like chatting with his dad Zeus.
Yeah.
Who was played by this pretty great actor. I can't remember his name. So Zeus is just this kind of like vaguely overweight old man guy.
Oh god, that's awesome.
Yeah. He's not like this superhuman looking guy at all. He's just this guy who's like, yeah, I like hanging around and you know.
I just got 10
fucking
million
all the
points.
women I can.
I have 87 million points and I'm still on ball 1.
Nice. I think you might be getting a new record this time.
I'm pretty sure I am because I've already got a new record, and I'm still on ball 1. But yeah, Kevin.
The Skynet's the limit.
Kevin Sorbo plays fucking Hercules in God of War 3, and it's amazing. And that's also my favorite boss fight in all of God of War.
Now I'm just imagining that fucking what's his name from God of War is beating the shit out of that old man. Hercules' dad. Still, Zeus. This little fucking old man.
No, but that's my fucking favorite boss fight in all of God of War because like it ends on such a good note. You just bash Hercules' face in so that it goes the other way. It goes inward into a bloody pulpy mess, and that's how you fucking kill Hercules. Who, by the way, considering Kratos is a son of Zeus, is your half brother.
Yeah. Sheesh. Kratos
kills a lot of family members.
So Kratos really is like, we want Hercules but angrier.
Yeah.
Even though Hercules was already plenty angry in the originals. Let's not forget, he killed his family in a drunken poison-induced rage.
No, okay, listen, that was Hera. Well, I'm gonna put that kibosh on that particular
No,
one
I
right
mean
now.
Hera made that happen. She made him that angry. But like, there were also times that he just killed like friends of his because he got drunk, and that was just regular old drunk.
Okay. But
in the Kevin Sorbo Hercules, that does not happen. He does not get drunk and kill his friends. He does not kill his family. Instead, he just comes home one day and finds his entire family is like reduced to like just a little bit of fire on their beds. There's just fire where his family used to be.
My favorite legend I've ever heard of Hercules it's two different things. The first thing is that it both involves Hercules being kind of an idiot because he really was. First thing was that he threatened to basically suplex the ocean, not Poseidon, the ocean, because he was getting seasick on a boat. He was going to fight the ocean.
Yeah.
And then
that's a thing you can do, apparently, in Greek mythology.
No, you can't, because he wasn't threatening Poseidon. He was very clear he wasn't threatening Poseidon. He wanted to fight the ocean.
But here's the thing: in Greek mythology, there is the god of the sun, right?
Yeah. Also,
and then there's also a god who is the sun.
That's also the other thing I was going to talk about was that one time the sun was getting in his eyes, so he threatened to shoot it with an arrow. The sun. He threatened to shoot the sun with an arrow.
That's actually a thing he would have done because the sun is... There's a god who is actually the sun. not the guy, not the other god that is riding his chariot.
No, I think the sun is its own thing. I don't think there is a god of the sun who is the sun. I think it is the sun is just pulled by the chariot.
Secured.
Yes, but there's a god who drives that chariot that's
Yeah.
not the god who is the sun.
No, there is no god that is the sun. Trust me.
There is!
No, there's not.
Oh my god. I know there is.
Nope. You might be thinking there's a god of death and the god of the underworld, which are two different things. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there is no god of the sun.
No, there's Apollo and there's Helios.
Anyway, so that was a good way to end the night. Was look at this score. Oh, hold on, I gotta wait for this
Oh yeah,
fucking crusher to finish.
Apollo, Olympian god of light, the sun, prophecy, blah blah blah. And then Helios, Titan god of the sun.
Titan god. There's a difference because the Titans were the ones who came before the gods.
The Titans were the ones who were actually things.
Yeah, but they were all locked. They were all locked up in Tartarus.
Except Helios. He wasn't. Because we still have a sun. He wasn't allied with the rest of them.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I got 2 high scores tonight. Yeah, good job. Good going, me.